back with Markets at Noon, and we have a very interesting management conversation lined up for you. We have the management of Morpen Labs joining us on the show. Mr. Sushil Suri, the chairman and managing director of Morpen Labs, joining us. Mr. Suri, on a day like this, congratulations, first of all. Fourth consecutive time of the USFDA clearance coming in for your Himachal facility. Talk to us a little bit more about that and everything that's worked out in your favor. I believe this is the fourth straight consecutive clearance coming in the last 8 years for you, is it?
Yes. Basically, USFDA is, I would say, itself is not a big achievement, but getting nil 483 is a big achievement. In pharmaceutical business, as you would appreciate, quality is the main concern, and quality comes with consistency. Of course, it comes with systems. So, robust systems with proper digitization, data tracking, and everything together, and getting it year after year is, I think, a milestone. So when we say fourth consecutive means the last four inspections, inspectors have just come, observed, or does a factory tour. Of course, there have been dialogues, and they have just walked out of without any report. That's called nil 483. Usually they issue observations. These observations are then have to be cleared by the company. So in this case, there was the nil 483, nil or no observation at all. What it means for the company is that it is reassuring the customers about our systems, our quality, our audits, and more importantly, the data tracking. Now, most of the systems are all digital, and inspectors also do not come with any papers. They do not carry any paper. Everything is digital. They do the digital audit. They all the documents have to be digitally uploaded. All everything is online. So it gives a very good credibility to the customers, to the regulators outside, and more importantly to the multinational customers that Morpen is at a level of global audit. And the USFDA, of course, remains one of the big contestant, and I would say one of the big labels. But other than USFDA, we are similarly qualified for EU, which is EDQM, then Japan, PMDA, Australia. In the past, we had done for Korea, Brazil. So all these things add that we are a globally competitive and globally recognizable company with the high quality standards. So what's more important here is the consistency. Year after year, if we do it same way, the customer gets a big comfort here.
Right, Mr. Suri, we get that point completely, and congratulations on that, Ashesha, this side. But wanted your thoughts on how big of a facility is this for the company as a whole? What kind of revenue does this facility generate for you?
Masool Khana facility is our prime facility, which started back in 1984. Our first USFDA approval back in 98, 99 was from that facility itself. So around 450 to 500 crores revenue comes from that facility. Still loratadine, desloratadine, montelukast, these the three products are from there. We are adding new products, but those products have not been approved as yet because the regular US shipments have not gone. So around 500 crores of revenue comes from that facility.
Understood. And Mr. Suri, there's an 825 crore global CDMO mandate that you've just bagged from a major pharma client overseas. Can you talk to us about what the contribution is going to be of this facility? Is this going to be produced over here in your facility in Himachal? And basically any timeline that you can help us with this mandate?
This particular order of the CDMO is from another facility, Batti facility, which is also in Himachal. And that facility again had a consecutive, our third consecutive FDA approval from that was from that facility in Batti. So both approvals are for NIL 483. So there we have already got the orders back in February. We have already started the production. So we are expecting the shipments to start in Q2, maybe July or August. We have already got confirmation for supplies. So now, depending upon how, when we are ready, of course, we cannot supply them on a daily, day-to-day basis. There are substantial quantities. So the whole process is 2 to 3 months. So by end of June, we'll be ready with our shipments. In July or August, the shipment will be going. So that is going to be a big move for the company because it's going to add almost 50 to 60% of the revenue of the total API revenue. Present API revenue is between 900 to 1,000 crores. So if we add another 50 to 500 to 600 crores, so it's going to be very substantial. And all these, whether it is US FDA approval or any other regulatory approvals, they help that company and more importantly, other customers also to see that here is a company who is very regular in the quality systems and very fully compliant, and more important than day-to-day costing factor, companies
Right.
matter more about the systems. So we
Right,
have this.
we get that point completely. But Mr. Suri, I also wanted your thoughts on the guidance, because last time when we interacted, you did tell us that you're working with a 10 to 15% growth for FY26. What will your outlook be for FY27 then, and your margin guidance?
Look, we continue to maintain our guidance. Of course, there can be quarter-on-quarter fluctuation thanks to this geopolitical scenario, which seems to more of a temporary. But 15% year-on-year growth is what we are looking regularly. Current year, I mean the FY27, the jump would be a little higher because of the CDMO order. But we are confident that particularly in the API business, the growth could be more than 20 to 25% year-on-year.
Okay, so growth target is intact. That's the word coming in. Mr. Suri, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us understand what the outlook for the company is going forward as we head into FY27. But that's all the time we have on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. All About Your Company will come up next.